What's up? It is Hump Day Wednesday. What's up, you guys? How you guys doing? I'm gonna wait for you guys to come in. Hello, this is Mo Rose. Hey, Des. You know you be on time. You be ready. You be bout this a life. You be bout this a life. Hey girl, you was my first RSVP like weeks ago. Thank you for following the instructions. That matters. You know, it matters. What's up, y'all? We'll wait for some of y'all to come on in. We just gonna be talking a little bit about my industry, you know, cosmetology, barbering, makeup, hair, nails, art, body paint, body design, you know, whatever it is in this industry. Whatever it is that we need to do. We need to do all things well. A lot of the things that I wanted to talk to you guys about the industry is dealing with the mental health. You know, we deal with our clients. We deal with our clients a lot. You know, we are the closest person to our clients, as close to them as doctors. So even when we're in school studying for cosmetology, they equate us to be equivalent to doctors. You know, we're the closest thing next to a doctor to be up close and personal with you, with your health, with your hair journey, with your skin journey, with whatever endeavors in life journey. We are the ones who, you guys sit in a chair and probably told us stuff that you've never told anyone. You've discovered stuff about yourself that you probably never shared with anyone. And because you entrust your lives, your hair, your crown, your glory, you know, to us, it's a certain level that I am very aware and very sure that you hold us to, you know, which rightfully so. And I just want to say to you guys that sit in our chairs, whether it's for makeup, for barbering, for skincare, for tats, for any type of body art, thank you for entrusting, you know, thank you for entrusting yourselves to us. We appreciate it. Hi, Faith. How are you? Thank you for that, because we need you just as much as you need us. I know throughout my 20 plus years of being in the industry, I hold on, my special guest host is trying to get in. My phone, I tell you what, my phone updated itself early this morning, and whatever that was going on is not anymore. So I'm figuring that whatever you said would happen. I didn't personally put it on. I don't know, but it's gone. So I'm grateful for that. My phone updated itself today. So my apologies. Don't chew me out. He was aggy this morning. I was like, oh Lord, I don't want no trouble with this man. I don't want no trouble with no type of pandas. But just talking about mental health in the industry and how we as hairstylists, barbers, makeup artists, you know, body art, anything, tats, whatever, how we are the closest to doctors, to them. And even when we're in school, that's what they teach us. They're like, y'all are next to a physician because y'all are the closest to them in their journey. We are counselors, we are psychiatrists, we are everything. And when you really study it, not because you think you're the flyest stylist, because you can do the latest quick weave or you the best loctician, but when you do it for my purposes, for hair health, you can learn a lot from a hair follicle. You can learn a lot from, you know, the way the root came or the bulb might have expelled itself from the hair follicle. You could tell a lot about a person's health from the scalp, but you have to went in with those intentions of learning hair health, not just you can style, you can cut, you can do all this, and the hair or the scalp is unhealthy, or you didn't detect early on traumatic alopecia, or you didn't detect the hereditary alopecia. There's 5 different kinds, and a lot of people don't even know that are stylists or barbers. You know, and sometimes we can cause alopecia. Barbers can cause alopecia from not cleaning your clippers, keeping stuff clean, so you're allowing them to get all kinds of funguses from other people and bacteria down inside of your hair follicles, which can be infectious, mites, and different things like that. We have to be mindful of how we do and what we do. It don't matter if you're the baddest person, and I teach my students this. It doesn't matter if you're the baddest barber or the baddest stylist if everybody is infected with something, because you're nasty and you're not disinfecting and you're not cleaning. And I personally am very big on that. Anybody know me on a regular lifestyle. So definitely in my industry, if I see you not sanitizing, I'm not sitting in your chair. My makeup artist will tell you, Mo, do not play. I don't. For one, I got my license in Texas in the 90s, and Texas is one of the strictest states when it comes to sanitation. They don't care if you ever take another continued education about a hairstyle or none of that. You better be up there every 2 years to do your continued education on sanitation. Other than that, now you will not get your license renewed. They are not playing games. So people have contracted HIV from nail salons, from pedicure beds, contracted MRSA, herpes. I mean, all types of things that are blood-borne pathogens can be contracted. So it's your right. It's not our right. It's your right to tell them when you see them not doing what you think is sanitary enough to your satisfaction. Look, can you sanitize? Did you sanitize? And after all we just came out of with the stuff they create, like at the end of the day, you better ask. You have that right. Don't feel ashamed or embarrassed. This is your life, and we are working for you. Because without clients, we don't have a job. We don't have an industry. We don't have an occupation. So we need to make sure that you guys are healthy. Hey, Mimi. We need to make sure that you guys are healthy. And you have that right to ask your stylist, you know, are your combs clean? Do you put them in a barber style? You know, you have that right to ask them whatever it is that you need to ask. And that's just what it is. You have that right. And nobody should be able to tell you different. And if there's someone that's making you feel bad because you care about you, then you don't need to frequent their, you don't need to even come back, because they about your money. They are not about your living. So yeah. I wanted to talk about the mental health with our clients, because I know my journey I started as a kid anyway, a young girl. My first asymmetric haircut was at 12 years old on a Barbie doll, those big Barbie doll heads. Okay. I still have that Barbie head in storage somewhere. And I remember nobody believed that I cut it. And I was like, I did cut this. Matter of fact, Jada was like, you ain't cut that. I was like, yes, I did. So Keisha and Mariah had lived across the street from me at the time. And Keisha happened to be over there. Keisha was like, well, ain't no Barbie. And it was a white Barbie. She was like, ain't no white Barbie. We no got no asymmetric haircut, Jada. So how did it get like this then? You know, like, what are you talking about? So I was like, I did. I mean, I slayed it. It was, I mean, the dimensions and everything. And I didn't know, like, nothing about no 45, no 90, and blend your 45. I didn't know nothing about any of that. I just was like, I'm about to cut this. I'm about to see. Because I love the asymmetric haircut. Still love a bob to this day. We'll cut the brakes off of a bob. So I say all this to say that know where your niche is at and love what you do. And especially in my industry, we have to be mindful of the different things in the care of people's hair. When we're coloring it, you know, we have to be careful of not over processing and doing stuff like that, and learning the different dynamics of what to do to keep healthy hair. Because what we are creating for these people is not only healthy hair, but a healthy mind. And I say that because we build up self-esteem. I started out as a kid wanting to build up self-esteem. I knew the girls in school, the white and the black girls in school who people made fun of. They were fat or they just didn't have no rhyme and time. And so I would take that girl in the bathroom after gym and be like, do you want me to do the 2 French braids down your hair? To the white girl with the long hair who just was lifeless and limp. And people was always saying, her hair is always in my tray. Messing with them. I would take them in the bathroom and wet their hair, you know, and part it down the center and do them a little underhanded braid to make them feel better about them. I started young doing that. And it's funny to me that some people have hit me up throughout our adult years. Like, do you remember this time that you did it? And I'm like, no, but now you say it, I do, you know, but you just do things because you do it. But the whole purpose of our industry is or should be to have healthy hair and to build self-esteem in men and women. If you're not doing that, then why are you in my industry? Period. Because people are out here broken, and we are the ones who have the ability to be blessed with hands that can heal. And that should be the purpose. That should be the only purpose, is using your hands to heal. So when that person sits in your chair for whatever it is, don't only just slay them, but give them affirmations. Give them information. Tell them that they're beautiful. Tell them that you appreciate them being your client. Tell them the different things you want to try on them, whatever it is. Because we have to remember that their self-esteem is in our hands. When they walk out of our chair, they need to know that they are special. They need to know that. They need to know that. A lot of people who sit in our chairs are going through things, life situations, domestic violence. A lot of us don't even know that. We have to have training. See, people just think we just stylists or we're just cosmetologists. No, we're not. We have trainings now that they have incorporated because of the high rates of domestic violence and the high rates of domestic violence in beauty salons and nail salons. We now have to have a training, which I think so. It's a good thing. I already took one of mine. Well, I took the one that I'm supposed to take at my job, to pay attention to signs of domestic violence. Of course, in our training, we are not allowed to tell our client anything like, leave them, girl. For one, it's unsafe for you, because if she goes back and tell that man, well, you know what, my stylist said I should leave you anyway, and he's in a fit of domestic rage, and she leave him, then he possibly can come up there and shoot you and everybody else. Because of why? Yeah. So you have to be mindful of what they have going on. You have to be mindful that we are the ones who can detect it to get them away from the situation in a way that we can. And that's even if we have to call secretly. If we have to, you know, somehow get them the information without giving the information. But that means if you post something up on your mirror that says domestic hotline, or, you know, the way out, or something where they can not directly talk to you or get the information from you, but they see the avenues to get out. The mental health of a lot of our clients is very fragile, and they entrust us with their confidentiality. I hate, you know, in my younger years of doing hair, I hated going to a shop that person sat in the chair, even cried in their chair. As soon as that person got up, that stylist was running that child's business all through the shop. Y'all, anybody know me know I'm gonna speak up. I just ain't set for that. Like, why would you be telling that girl business? Like, she just really was vulnerable with you, and you, I know how not to move. You know what I mean? Like, stuff like that. We have to be mindful of the confidentiality that we have with our clients, because whether y'all know it or not, they could sue for stuff like that. Y'all, you have to know things. Like, don't think because you the stylist and she can clap back, he could clap back, you running his business down after they leave and they're speaking to you in confidentiality. That's not for you to do. It's just unprofessional and it's uncouth. So I would just advise you to have a level of confidentiality and respect for yourself, you know, because again, people's mental health when they sit in our chair is fragile, you know, and my motto for my business is the total you experience. I have men that come to me and I have women that come to me, and when they leave my chair, when you look at my reviews, she educated me. She made me feel like the most beautiful thing in the world. I came here looking a mess, but I felt like I'm $1,000 when I left. And it ain't even so much of all the time what I do, because it's the same things I usually get. It's the fact that I genuinely care. I know that people come to feel great about themselves, and they want to leave feeling like they are worthy, they are worth it. And because I know what it feels like to be none of those things, I make a point in anything and everything that I put my hands to do my due diligence, to do it with love, and in the hopes that you have felt worthy, that you're loved, and that you're worth it. So when you come into the field of anything that has to do with touching someone, body art, tats, whatever, do everything you do with the utmost respect and the utmost love, and with the best skills that you have, that God has given you. Because at the end of the day, you need to turn that down. At the end of the day, those people, they depend on us. They look forward to coming to see us every other week or weekly or however long, whatever you're doing, whatever your industry is, however, you know, quick they come to see you. If you're waxing, people are coming to see you. They are coming for a service that has to do with their identity, that has to do with mental health. And if we are not catering to those things in our industry, why are you here? Because we've had enough bad raps throughout the years of ghettoism and fights in the beauty in the barbershops and, you know, all of the things like that, where this should be a place of refuge. Whatever you're doing, when you're doing it, it should be a place of refuge, a place of love in every area. So if you're doing an open space and your shop is open, the atmosphere should be that of conducive to self-esteem, self-care, and self-love for staff and the clients. If you're doing I can't even think of it, but my cousin just opened one up, and kudos to you, Marla, for opening up the Lock Lounge. I'm so proud of you. For you wanted to do this and you did it in a year. You had your goal set and you did it. I remember when you told me, set it for that year and you got your building, and I'm proud of you. Suites, that's what they are. She has suites. So if you have suites, those suites should mirror. They should mirror love and light. Everyone in the suite needs to be love and light, because one bad apple can truly ruin and rotten out everything else. You have to make sure who you invite into your organic business, your organic space, is full of the same energy and giving off the same aura that you are. You know, I've had women come in my chair and break totally down, suicidal, homicidal. I've seen so much throughout the years. Women who have lost their children, they getting their hair done for their children or their child or their spouses or their whoever's funeral. I've had them a whole set. Then you have those who come to get their wedding hair. You are up, you're down, you're everywhere, right, with your client, if you're in the field for the right purposes and the reasons. You're going to feel everything that your clients feel. So we have to be mindful that mental health is in our chair every time. They can go there feeling one way, and you have the power to create them another. And will you use that power for money? I'm just about to get this bag. Or are you going to impact lives so that long after you're gone, somebody, the great-great-grandbaby, remembered your name because they spoke so highly of you and how you made them feel when they left up out of your chair, when they left up off of your tattoo bed, when they left up out of your gallery, whatever it is that you're doing out here. when you have hands-on with people, you have to be hands-on with people. Understanding that you are the very change that they need. That's why they came to you. And that's why they are trusting you. And don't break people's trust. Don't. Do your best to always, you do have clients, don't get me wrong, Lord. Jesus just is clients. Now, you just be like, baby, we ain't doing this. You do have them. And then you just have to, I have a client, well, she's not my client anymore, but that was my doing. Was a little overwhelming, 2 of them actually, and a little overbearing. And I dealt with them for about a year, but then I had enough. When you start taking my genuine love and kindness and patience with your mental health, and then it starts becoming you messing with my mental health now, then I have to politely tell you I'm no longer servicing you. And if you don't stop, I'm going to block you. And so 2 of them I had to block. Because the one thing about it, I am patient. I am. But when it comes to you doing stuff like, oh, well, I know you got off of work and my appointment was I made it for 8 a.m. But girl, I'm tired. I ain't coming today. I'm going to come. Can we do it next week? And this becomes an ongoing thing. Like, my time don't matter. So how I started out working with her, I was like, you know what you're going to have to do? You're going to have to pay for all your services in advance. And that way, if you don't come, I'm not out of my time or my money. So you'll pay for all your services. And if you choose, it's all non-refundable. But if you choose to come when you come, it's paid for. I'm not going to not do it. But you're going to pay me up front. And a few times it took her 2 weeks. She paid me 2 weeks before. She ain't never come. When she decided to come, I did her hair for what she paid for 2 weeks ago. But I'm not fitting to keep doing this with you, because at this point I feel like you are disrespecting me. And you're disrespecting my heart for my industry. And you're disrespecting my time. So therefore, yeah. And then after a while, it was like, okay, I'm just going to have to block. And then another client of mine, same thing. You want to knock on my door because it's a close by neighbor, and just feel like I'm supposed to do you knock it at 9 o'clock in the morning, made no appointment. Can you do my hair? No, ma'am. Did you make an appointment? Why I got to make an appointment? Why wouldn't you have to make an appointment? What makes you any special? And that goes to my live that I did this morning. What makes you any more special than anybody else that you think you can just pop up and I'm supposed to just pop in? Boo, that is not what we do. Go back home and get on Booksy and book your appointment now. Well, I don't feel like doing all that. I just get somebody else to do it. Do that, ma'am. Have a great day. And after about 10 of those, you're blocked. And I'm not doing your hair. And she stopped me the other day and was like, Mo, do you think you can start back doing my hair? I said, don't you think you owe me an apology? Well, I did apologize. I said, no. You teach people how to treat you in everything. And that was not it for me. And so I told her, I don't know if I trust you yet. And I never answered her. Because I'm protecting all mine. Because at the end of the day, nobody got to be here but me. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, in those cases, you protect your mental health and their mental health, you know? And I used to sit and listen to both of these clients for hours, sometimes to the point, you ever talk to somebody, you know, as an energy vampire, even though they're not meaning to be, to the point, y'all, sometimes I would do them not together, never in the same day. Good God, no. But separately, and you ever felt so drained and you're trying to figure out, why am I just feeling sick and nauseous and what is wrong? And you just got done doing that person. I've had a few stylists tell me about that, because I know for me, empathic, you're picking up everything that they got going on, and baby, you got to go home. And then I got to sage. I got to get myself right because I don't listen to all of your crap. On top of you trying to just pop up. So yeah, those situations, you bow out gracefully, kindly, respectfully. Like, oh, now she said, well, I still love you. I said, but I ain't never stopped loving you. I told you, my love don't change. I just fall way back because I'm going to protect me. So I fell back way back. So in our industry, we have that power. And we also have that power to not deal with those type of situations. But overall, most of the clients, you have a few that straggle through there. But most of them really are genuine souls who are looking for some self-esteem, some methods on self-care, just to let them know that they are worth it and that they are worthy. Zaza, I want to ask you a question because I know you love getting your hair done and different things like that. When you go to the stylist, when you began going to the hairstylist, let's start there. When you first ever started going on your own as a person who could pay for your own hair, what did you go there expecting, looking for? What? Tell me.
For me, I need a stylist that will recommend and know what to do.
No. I mean, when you first went, what did you go looking for? Like, what were you going through something? You needed a new look. You just felt like, what was your first?
I didn't know how to do my hair, and I wanted to look. I wanted my hair to flow like the girls on TV. You know what I'm saying? I wanted my hair to be straight and flowy, and I didn't know how to do that. And I wanted to go somewhere where they could teach me how to make my hair straight, and not that I wanted to look like a Caucasian or anything like that, but I just like the Naomi Campbells and all that with the long straight hair. I wanted that, and I didn't know how to do that. So that's why I started going to a stylist, and it made me feel good.
And it made you feel good. Good for them.
I love getting my hair done. Because I can go in and I go after work. So I go after a 9-10 hour day of dealing with, you know what I deal with at work. And, I start my day off probably a little aggy. She knows I'm impatient. She knows I don't like to wait. So she'll text me and let me know if she's running late or whatever. But when she's done, I just feel so beautiful and just so confident and just... I want to call my husband. I want to show everybody. I want to take pictures. And I'm not a picture person at all. You know, when it's time for selfies, you got to make me get in the selfie because I'm like, But when I get that hair done, girl, put me in a selfie. I'm trying to move that hair. I'm trying to swing it. I'm trying to do all that. I love it. I just love it.
That's the body.
Yeah.
So, have you ever had any bad experiences?
Absolutely. Actually, when I first moved to Virginia, I didn't know anybody in Virginia at the time. So I went to different stylists and just walked in just to see if, I could get an appointment, get somebody to do my hair, because I was traveling too at the same time. I walked into a salon and I tried to find, black salons. I walked into a salon. There were 7 stylists in there. Not one person acknowledged me. And they were packed. They looked at me, turned around, and continued to do their clients. Not one person acknowledged me.
That's so horrible.
I stood there for 5 minutes. And then I just walked out.
That's so horrible. We are horrible. Oh, what is wrong with the black?
That was so heartbreaking, though. I had just got off of a 4-hour flight. I was like, oh, it's a black stylist, and I just found one in Virginia, and I was just like so excited and just thinking, I would be welcomed in. I didn't feel no welcoming. The energy, now that I know more about energies, the energy was totally off. And the fact that nobody even said hi to me, they didn't even say hello. They looked at me and continued doing what they were doing. 7 stylists.
That's a shame on them. And they don't know. You could have been walking up. You could have been looking to spin some bands up in there. You could have been looking to get a sew-in, a wax, a manicure, a pedicure. And that's what we do. We miss out on a lot of stuff for just being rude. sometimes I just do not understand our culture of being. Just like today, example, in one of my students, and I'm trying to teach him, I told him this shit up, y'all picking up hood habits. He looked at me. I said, you picking up hood habits. That man walked in here and you went out there and was like, yeah, he'll be out here. And that's not how you greet no customer. You say, hello, please have a seat. The barber will be with you shortly. And he kind of looked. I said, yeah, you picking up hood habits already. I'm trying to get you ready for the real world. You can settle for this or you can be great. It's on you. But that's not what we're doing in my class. And I know he probably like, dang, Mr. Mo bugging today. No, that's not what you do. You don't do that. That man don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if he a regular. You don't know who he is because you just started.
Yep.
So you don't know who the man is. So I'm going to need you to tell this man, hello. He said who he was there for on his own. The man did. Okay, please have a seat. He will be right with you. Then you all hollering from that room to that room instead of telling, you know what I'm saying? The director or whatever, hey, so-and-so's here. You gonna yell it from the, we're not doing that hood stuff. I'm trying to teach y'all proper etiquette before you get out there. Yeah, that's not it. You know, and we got to be mindful of that. That's not it.
And it makes it hard to support Black businesses like that. When, to your point, they have that hood mentality. I mean, it's hard to support that.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to support that because I never walked into that salon again. And I heard they're very good, but I never walked into there again. I just called around until I found a Black stylist.
What salon was it?
It's actually just named Salon, but it's on what is it on? It's on Indian River and Farrell Parkway. It's right in the corner in the shopping plaza, and it's a barber and a salon right next to each other.
Oh, okay.
It was just very disappointing, very heartbreaking.
Well, y'all know who that salon is. Y'all know I don't know. Tell them tighten up.
I never walked in there again.
And that's just not cool. You know what I mean? Even if it was, hey ma'am, are you what you looking to get done? And then that, as you say, what you look done, everybody, most stylists, when you're in professional environments, they'll look around. Are you available? Oh, you know what, man, we're not gonna be able to accommodate you today. However, if you would like to get on the books for tomorrow, or I can even refer you to one of these other sister salons. And you got to be okay with sharing the business too. If you can't do it, you need to be okay with that. I know that I'm a totally different type of breed, and that's just, but be okay with that too. Send them down the street. Like, you can't do everything, I can't do everything. Send them down the street.
And who knows, I could have came back. Even if you had sent me down the street, I still might have came back. Just because you referred me somewhere where I could get my hair done before I had my next flight to go on a business trip. That's all I wanted, was to make an appointment. I didn't even want to come in as a walk-in. I wanted to just make an appointment. And they missed out. And I'm a person, I'm 6 weeks regular. I'm every 2 weeks regular. You know, and I know my little coins don't mean that much to you, but I mean, after you did so many people, that's a lot of coins.
And my thing, it's not about the coins, or it should be about the client.
Yeah.
Like, first of all, you know, when I started out, I'll never forget. I was working at this salon. I had worked at several in Texas, child, Black salons. When I tell you I learned what not to do, baby, in my first 5 years, I truly learned what not to do. I learned how somebody can easily be drugged through a salon by another co-worker, baby. Because I was like, thank God I was saved, sanctified, and freshly filled with the Holy Ghost.
Wow.
Because I used to want to drag the so-called saved, filled with the Holy Ghost owner, Deidre. You know, Miss Regina. She got on our nerves. Always talking about God, but was robbing that girl back. But anyway, we was fresh out. And I just learned a lot what not to do, but I was working at one of them salons and I was doing this lady's hair. And God told me, pray over her. You cover her. He said, because this just isn't doing hair. This is a ministry for you. He said, because you don't know, you could be doing her hair for her funeral. I mean, spoke that clear, as profound as me. And I backed up off the sink and I said, ooh, that's a lot of responsibility and that's deep, but that's real. So I began to shampoo her hair. And I always, anybody know to get a shampoo by me, they be like, dang, girl, I massage real good. I give you a neck massage. You know, I massage your temples. I get in there and I get down in that scalp and I'm getting all in there. And so I'm getting all in there and I'm just praying, you know, Lord, you know, whatever's going on in her life and her body, if she's sick, if she ill, you know, keep her longevity, give her good life, give her good health. You know, I'm just praying. I don't even know what to pray, but God said pray, so I'm going to pray whatever comes to my mind, I'm going to pray. And that's what I did. So when I got done rinsing her out and, you know, putting her conditioner on, letting her sit about 5-10 minutes, rinsed her out, combed her out, took her back to my chair, cleaned my sink, took her back to my chair. I started combing through her hair. She was showing me where somebody had did her hair with the twisties, because that's when them two-stranded and the flat twist had came out. And they had the rubber band so tight you could see her bumps around her and like where some of the hair was getting ready to get traumatic alopecia. So I was like, oh wow. And then she showed me holes in her head that I didn't see from the bobby pin, whether she had some type of ponytail, French roll, I don't know. But I was like, oh my God. I was like, I normally wouldn't even do your hair. I said, but I have some sea breeze, so I'm just going to dab a little on a cotton ball just around the area, put you under the dryer and make sure. And rightfully so, really with the wound that she had, it wasn't really big, but it was just small holes, like pinholes, but they were bigger than a follicle. You know what I mean? And abrasion, like where the bobby pin had rubbed and just laid on her scalp and probably was doing like that. But I went ahead and treated her anyway. And but of course I asked her, I said, I'm not going to be liable for this. She was like, no, I appreciate you taking me. And she turned around in her chair and she asked, she said, can I ask you a question? I didn't know what the lady was going to say. I was like, yeah. She was like, were you praying for me? And you know, we're taught correctly, you can talk about politics or religion. So I'm looking at her like, oh my God, she probably about to flip out and go off up in here like, I don't like God and you don't be praying over me. I was scared to death to answer the lady. I was like, yes, ma'am. She was like, I knew it because I felt them prayers. Then she started crying. She was like, you don't even know what I'm going through. Like, I know God told you to do that because you don't understand, you know. So just even in being obedient, I knew that I was on the right path. I knew that I was on my assignment because he said to me clear as day, you could be doing this woman's hair for her funeral. So from that day on, anybody's hair I did, from a child to an adult, I took it as this could be their last hairdo. You don't take nobody sitting in your chair for granted. You don't know. And if you ain't paying attention, you'll miss the assignment. You will miss the assignment. So I take it seriously, from my locks to a sew-in to a quick weave to an eyebrow wax to an eyelash, whatever. If you sit in my chair, I take your presence serious. I take your life serious. I take your path serious. I take whatever God has for you serious. Know that. And I know that a lot of stylists out here are just in it these days for the money. But I appreciate the money because it does help me pay some bills. But I appreciate it more if you would get the understanding that you're here and you have a purpose, you know. And if you can get that through sitting in my chair, then thank you. I've completely, he gonna take care of me because I took care of his assignment. So we gotta understand that just how that lady broke down and I was obedient. Everybody has a path, and everybody who comes to sit in our chair in this industry for makeup, for whatever, we have the power to transform lives. We have that power to transform lives. I don't know what brings me greater joy than transforming a life. And I think it's because, like I tell people, you have to have been broken to understand certain things about certain things. If you've never been broken, then you don't understand what I'm talking about. If you ain't never felt like you was unloved, or you wasn't pretty, or you wasn't worthy, or you wasn't respected, or you wasn't as cute as the light-skinned girl, you wasn't as cute as a real chocolate girl, you wasn't as shaped as, whatever your self-esteem is, you wasn't as muscular as old boy over there, your locks take a long time to grow, his is down his back, whatever our hookups are about ourselves, our industry has the power to transform lives for the rest of their lives. And we have to start taking the industry serious. I love when I watch videos on here and on TikTok where these barbers is out here transforming alopecia patients, and these stylists is transforming, people who got hair loss and alopecia or have went through chemo and their hair never really grew back the same. Or, I love when people have the mindset like I do about cancer patients and making units for them that look like their hair. I love that. I love that, because you're transforming a life where you're at your lowest, where the person feels like giving up, where the person no longer feels pretty, where the person just feels like all is lost. But you have the power in our industry to give them the reason to live, to give them the reason to push on through the cancer, to give them the reason to push on through the diagnosis. You have the power to give them the reason to say, I am somebody, I am fine, yeah, I'm handsome. My hair might be a little, for those of us who know how to put the units on, for the men with the male pattern baldness, and they ain't ready to let go of the hair. So we put what we would call like the quick install on the man. We transforming lives out here, and it's okay, men. It ain't nothing wrong with it. I think it's brave and it's bold. You ain't got to lose your hair because you a man. Who said that? If you ain't ready, who said you were? You're a man. This accepted. You don't have to accept that. If you want to be your higher self and your most handsome self, if you want to go get a dog on unit, get one. I'm all for it. I've seen a man who was, because when we in class, we watch on. I seen a man who, honestly, y'all, he looked 55. I mean, like a raggedy broke down 55, because his hair was going bald. He just, I don't know. And then I think too, the demeanor and his aura and how he felt about himself all showed on him. When I tell y'all, they put that unit on that man, I said, look at him. He looked like he was about 25. His whole demeanor changed. And he was in that mirror like, yeah, he put the waves in there and everything, because you get the extra kinky hair. And he put the man, look. I mean, laid down, handsome. Whole persona just changed. Why? Because we have the power to transform life.
That is so true.
Stop being out here in this industry being a muck and running amok, and then people paying you their deposit, and you got people questioning my integrity because they done got burnt by somebody like y'all out here taking deposits and then turning off your phone and blocking people. Oh, that burns me up. Because I had a couple people going mad. I said, well, I'll take the deposit first. Oh, well, I've been burnt so many times. Well, baby, I'm so sorry. You missing out on one of your greatest appointments. But I respect that you've been burned, and I respectfully respect it. And you don't have to, but I can't service you. Because the same way you've been burnt, ma'am, so have I. So I'm not taking, and your deposit is non-refundable if you do not show up, because you're taking the place that somebody else could be sitting, and I could be making my money. So if you're showing up, you're showing up. So, I've had to turn a few away. They don't want to do the deposit because somebody else had been robbed. Why y'all out here doing that old ghetto stuff? Why? Why would you do that? You don't think that stuff is coming back? Because it is. It's T-I-is. So, just letting y'all know, I love my industry. I love everything about the arts, as y'all can tell. Any and everything that got to do with body art, makeup, hair, moles, tats, whatever. I don't have no tats, but I like them. I'm getting ready to get one. I was waiting for my older son. We had made a pact to get it together, but he playing around, and my life matters. 20-year-olds think they're going to live forever. So my life matters. I'm going to go ahead and get my little tattoo by myself. My infinity tattoo on
Well,
my
come with
wrist.
me. I'm getting my tattoo. I'm probably gonna get me a tattoo. I'm getting my tattoo next week, I think.
Well, let me see, because it's a specific person that is assigned to this tattoo, and I have to make sure she is not going to do
Oh,
it.
okay.
If she's still, if she's not, if she back home, if she not going to do it, then I'm gonna go ahead and just get it done, because I've been waiting on her for a while. But she has been going through some transitional stuff. I mean, you have such a spiritual connection. I know that probably some of the reason why is too where she was at spiritually. She probably didn't want to transform that type of energy
Gotcha.
onto me. So, yeah, and you talking about somebody a beast,
I got a good dude too.
man. That girl,
He's really good.
so, man, that baby's a beast, and I just love her. So, shout out to my girl Cecily, her sister, her baby sister. That girl is a beast. Oh my gosh, she's a beast. But anyway, she's a bad artist, out just with drawing, but them tat. Oh, so anything you do it in love. Everything you do, and especially when it comes to my industry, we're gonna be in it. Be respectful. Respect your people. Have some dang on common customer courtesy.
Mm-hmm.
Don't leave people standing at the front and then don't go in there talking to them all stupid like, well, how can we help you? Or what in the world that you're trying to get done? Mm. Well, I don't know if nobody gonna have time for that today. That's so dry mouth and monotone. Don't nobody listen, Linda. Nobody's trying to come in for that. You need to change how you acted. We need some etiquette reintroduce. I think after so many years of being in the industry, because you do get burnt out and wore down, we need to reiterate that class, etiquette class, a reintroduction to etiquette. Because y'all be talking to people crazy, real crazy, real crazy. I done heard it, and I be like, oh, I would have never. I just sit back and be like, wow. So I just say all this to say our industry is a beautiful industry. And again, we have the opportunity to transform lives.
That is true.
Yes, ma'am.
That is so true.
So we do. And when your client is going through, be there and keep the levels of confidentiality. Don't be running them people business to everybody in the salon. For one, you don't know who. You don't know who related to who. You don't know what is going on. You even got somebody killed because you running your mouth. Because you just being stupid and immature. And you not using your mind. You don't know who. I done heard stuff. Example. I'm not even going to go there where I was going to go because I done walked into a store one day and heard something. I was like, I'm going back and tell them. They don't even know I know this person. You know what I mean? Like, they just some random people I don't know, but I knew who they were talking about. They mentioned their name. Oh, girl, I was in the store and I heard such and such and such and such. Who was it? Some lady, and I just described them. Blah, 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 blah. You don't know who because somebody quiet in the store and you running your track.
Yep.
So that's my homegirl Summer Love. Shout out to Summer Love. And my homegirl Tasha. Tasha worked at one of the stores down here in Hampton, and she said she was in the store shopping, and she was like, "Girl, I'm getting ready something about a fashion show." And she was like, "Cause my girl do fashion shows and do, and I'm something." And so Tasha said to her, "Yeah, my homegirl do fashion shows too, and they be lit. They be real nice." And she was like, "What's your homegirl name?" She said, "Mo Rose." She said, that's who I'm talking about. So you don't never know who know who. She said, "Girl, I was so shocked she knew you." I was like, "Yeah, that's like my sister." Tasha like my sister. She was like, "Oh my gosh, it is a small world." And indeed, she said, "Good. I'm glad I had nice things to say." We started laughing. I said, "But it's true because you don't know. So be careful what you're saying in these shops, in these barbershops, in these salons, because you don't know who doing what, or none of that. You be to mess around and have somebody massacred because we just don't. Well, y'all don't. People don't have a level of confidentiality,
Yeah.
and you need to have that. People are going through, You don't never know. And if you know one of your clients that is going through domestic violence, never say anything to her directly, to upset her, to make her stay longer, because we all know the more a person is in abusive relationship, the more we tell them to leave, the more they want to stay. And I can't even say want to stay, but they stay for whatever the reasons are. And that makes it hard on you as a stylist, because who wants to see something happen to their client? So the best thing you can do is throw out little hints, put little stickers on your mirror, randomly have a conversation, or randomly turn to a TV channel that's talking about whatever, but don't directly say anything, because you don't want anything to ever be your idea. You don't want nothing to ever be your fault. So, but if you throw subliminal messages, you read into that. That's however you read into it. I didn't say anything. You're going to pick up whatever, you're going to read into whatever, however. Then you make your own decision. But don't you personally say anything, because it's to the point to where that's why we have to take these extra classes, because husbands is coming up in nail salons, shooting the nail tech in the head and the wife in the head and whoever on looking. Why? Because they done got up in there and somebody ran their mouth, or somebody is trying to just be genuinely that transformer of lives and straight up told the girl, leave. I'll help you leave. And then they go home and get into an altercation, or the husband or the boyfriend or the abuser feels like, or the woman, because I know women who have been in domestically on woman domestic violence relationships too, and they couldn't leave. So you're sitting up there trying to analyze the situation with them on one-on-one, but then when they go back to their reality, and that woman or that man or that abuser is asking them, well, I don't like her, something about her. Because most narcissistic abusers and psychos, they know when it's a strong woman and a woman ain't having it, and scared that you gonna put some of that on their woman so that they can get out. So they already don't be liking us anyway. Like, I don't like her.
Yeah.
I don't like her. What she say to you today? She didn't say nothing. You lying. I'm gonna choke you up. Okay. And now he done came up to the shop and he about to kill you or will kill you.
Yeah.
And possibly put a gun in her head and kill her. Like, oh, you wanted to leave, y'all can leave together. You gotta watch out for the times we in. So our industry, you have to be careful. Mental health in our industry is high, because we deal with people that have mental health and self-care issues, and we're trying to reintroduce them to that self-esteem. And then we have some ones that are in these type of relationships where we also are in danger, because these people are our clients. So it's much bigger than what y'all think. So while y'all think we out here just looking cute, trying to be cute, trying to make everybody cute, we are at a high risk.
That's a lot.
For you sitting in my chair in a domestic violence relationship. What you say?
I never thought of it that way. Because you do tell your stylist everything, and
everything. Girl, I know stuff that I would carry to my grizzly.
Want that feedback, yeah. And there's a reason. You know what? And there's a reason nobody acknowledged me at that salon. There's a reason. There's a reason God.
Oh yeah. Absolutely. Everything a reason and a season.
Yep.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So that was just something that I want to talk to you, because there is a class coming up in July for any of the stylists that are interested in taking a course or a class on mental health and how to deal with clients and domestic violence and mental health. So the flyer is on my story. You are more than welcome to screenshot it, or you can DM me if you would like me to send you the actual flyer for your repertoire. You can put on your calendar or whatever it is that you need to do. But it's definitely available. This is a thing, and it is something that needed to be talked about. because our industry is a much needed industry. I can remember when I went in out of high school, how somebody told me that ain't no real job, that ain't no real school, and I remember how devastated and hurt I was because I love what I do, and I was like, well, dang. I just recently told my mom about that like last year, and she was like, "Who said that? You ain't never tell me they said that." I was like, "Well, cause I mean, I kind of felt like, well, maybe they was right." She was like, "What?" I said, "Well, back then I'm 18, 19. I ain't know. I just thought they was telling me something, and I was kind of like ashamed, like maybe I'm not good enough. Like I really had that complex of like maybe because I didn't want to go to college. I did, but I did. I loved. I wanted to go. I wanted to be who I am. You know. And so I remember as I got more in the industry and got out of a small town and then went to Texas and got to see the bigger things, start going to like the Bronner Brother hair shows, you know, every other year and seeing how big it was. What you mean? This is big. I always dreamed to be a platform artist. That is really what I wanted to do. My goal was to just, and I put on my life list, I wanted to just fly to different, I don't even got to be a platform. I could be a platform artist for 1 year. That's just on my life list. Like, I want to be a platform artist. And then I let somebody kind of talk me out of that. And I used to just see all the time like how big it was. And then once I got into the other side of myself, which has always been with my acting, and I said, hold up, I am a one-stop person. Because with the acting, I already do makeup. Makeup is needed on set. Like I already do hair. I'm a very well, rounded actress.
Yes.
So this industry is all connected. And y'all try to tell me I was going to be a nobody. And without us, how y'all looking good on Hollywood? And without us, how y'all playing these runways? And without us, how was the newscaster news and they face to be beat and hair? You know what I mean? I started seeing really who we were. I say in the last 15 years. Like, y'all lied to me. Y'all tried to manipulate me.
Because you know what?
But
Your one industry, technology can't take over. Technology will not be able to take over your industry. You're going to always be needed. No matter how much AI or whatever going on, as we evolve, we still need our stylists. We still want our face beat. We still want to feel good. We still want to look good, whether you're a man or a woman.
That's right.
You'll always be needed.
This is facts.
Yeah.
I love it. I love the industry. I love it.
And that's why the best kind of stylists, the ones who love what they're doing and not just doing it for the bag or just went to cosmetology school because this was easier than college. So now I can make quick money because I got a whole bunch of people and I know how to do this. But you generally love the people. You love the conversation. You love the ministry. You love just making people look good. You made me look good. You had me feeling myself this weekend. You know what I'm saying? Out of nowhere. You know? I'm like, roll up them windows. Don't sweat my stuff out. I got my hair down today. Took you all in what?
Yeah, I forgot to keep. Yeah.
It took me
I forgot to.
I was feeling myself all day.
I forgot to show you how to roll your hair once I curl it like that and put the pin curls and put the silver clips in. And you ain't never you don't have to put a flat iron on your hair for the whole week.
Yes.
If you do that, you comb it out and have that same body. Yeah. That's funny. I'm glad though. That was fun. I was like, and it's funny because I had thought about, I was like, her hair is like, I was like, she don't never curl. I was like, I'm about to ask her. Does she want me to work this flat iron up in there real quick and put her some little bumps and humps up in her hair, a little bit of body.
Yes, I was feeling myself. Yeah. I felt good all day. I literally felt good all day. Oh, here's Miss Kardashian.
Hi, Miss Kardashian, Zoe.
Everybody say hi to Miss Kardashian.
Hi, Zoe Kardashian. Zoe, it's Aunt Mo. You looking for me?
Yes, she is.
Hey, girl.
She right
I'm on
there.
the. I'm on, I was gonna say on the TV screen. I'm on the phone, boo.
She's sure looking around
Yeah.
too.
What they say, you know your what was the thing? Empath if animals like you, and she don't like nobody.
She don't. Nobody, and she do not growl at you at all. She growls. She growls at Gregory every day. I'm like, you live with them. You see him every day.
Ooh, that's funny, Zoe. But yeah, so that's all I want to do is come through and have some real talk to the industry and to the mental health and understanding who we have sitting in our chair and our responsibility, and to let you guys know who are uneducated about the life of a cosmetologist, a barber, a tattoo artist, a body art artist, an earring artist, you know, people who do piercings, any of that, anything that where you are transferring energy from one human to the other by touch. You have a right and a responsibility to protect your mental health and theirs. And it is very important to make sure that you are aware of what you're doing and who you're doing it for. It's very important to know if you're dealing with a domestic client to just be subtle and protect yourself. And definitely, 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 if you believer, you believe in God, pray over your client when at the shampoo bowl. That's the cleansing stage. You're washing everything away. Pray over them at that stage, and that they will get their own mind to get out. That they will get creative ways from God on how to get out. And that's what we have to do. And if you guys again want to take this class, it is on my story. Well, I thank you for coming in because I wanted to ask you, you know, your opinion of, you know, getting your hair done because I know how you are about your hair and your experiences. Thank you for sharing with us your experiences. I hope you guys who tune in were enlightened and educated on some of the things that happen in our industry and the importance thereof. Most of us are not out here for a bag. A lot of us, like me, are old school. We came up in a different time with a different industry, and we really, really, really love what we do. And we love you guys for allowing us to be us, to create, and to create a beautiful you. So as I say every week, continue to be the light in somebody else's darkness. Why? Because we truly never know when our night is going to be. So what you give out is what you're going to get back. So if you're giving out love might not come from the people you expect it to come from, but love is going to rain down on you from somewhere. So y'all have a great rest of your week. Remember, today is the last day to RSVP for the book signing. If you have the first book, please bring your first book with you, part 1. Bring part 1, the one that I prayed for, with you to the signing. If you don't have it, you can go ahead and hurry up and grab it on Amazon. Bring it to the book signing. When you bring the first one to the book signing, you will get $5 off the new book automatically if you bring part 1 to the signing. So you go through Amazon, they'll have it to you in a day or two. You can start reading that if you want. This child, how many times?
3 times. 3 times. 3.
She done read this book 3 times.
Because I had to wait for the second one. And it was driving me crazy.
So you've already gotten your second one because you pre-ordered from me.
Yes.
And you started reading it.
Yes. And it is already amazing. I will tell you guys. I'm not going to tell you anything else. But I read the I didn't even get through the whole introduction, and I was already texting her like, I already got the feels. So that's just the introduction. So I can't share anymore because you have to buy the book. It is amazing. It is excellent writing.
Are you just saying that because you were my first best friend?
Oh no, you know me better than that, Moreau. You know me better.
But I
that.
Got to put it out there because people might think you gaslighting
Oh
them or
no,
something. So I just had to
I
ask.
I just wouldn't say nothing. I'd be like, yeah, she got a book. It's out there. No, I haven't read in years. It's been over 10 years. 10 years since, and I used to be a dedicated reader, and I hadn't read a book in 10 years. I read the first book in probably like 3 days. Tried to wait. I've read the book now 3 times. The first one. Now that I have the second one, I'm halfway through that already, and I just got it.
Do you
Amazing.
feel like it's real? Is it well written?
You
You
are
think
a
like the
well
hey,
spoken person, so of
I'm
course it's well
so
written.
nervous.
You are very articulate. You tell great stories. I tell you all the time when I'm around you. You're one of the few people that I'm around that I feel joy. I laugh. I have a good time all the time, and those are from the stories that you tell me, just in us generally talking. So when you put it on paper, oh my gosh, you're amazing. You're amazing. I
Thank
want that book to get in the
you.
right hands because that is a book that can be discussed in a book club. It is truly amazing. And I would not just say that to anybody because I don't have time to gaslight people. It's truly
Right.
amazing.
And what's so funny is that so many people do not even know because they don't buy the book. And like I tell you, I don't beg you to do nothing. I put it out there. I present it. You buy it or you don't. It's people I got put dedications in. They don't even know they got a dedication in my first book in part 1. They don't even know. They don't even know that they're in it. Child, there's so many Farrellins in that god doggone
I
first
know.
part 1. And they don't even know they're in there. But you know what? I'm not going to beg you because y'all heard I had a book. Because, people think, oh, they from the hometown, and they ain't nobody. And one thing about me, I've always been like that. I'm not about to beg you. I'll tell you about it, and you have your choice. If somebody's important enough, you do what you do. We support, we buy, we purchase, we spend time for those who we want to. We compliment, we encourage, we lift up, we push those who we want to. I'm beyond the stage of pumping and prying you to show me how you feel. You already shown me that because you ain't doing shit.
But let's support our people. Let's just support Black businesses. Support our people.
Period.
Just
Period.
support. It's a couple bucks, y'all. I mean, but it's worth every penny. It's worth every penny. And when you blow up, I got the original books. I got 2 of the original books. That's what I can tell you. I'm making my Morose collection right now. So when she is on that big screen, I'm going to let y'all know. I have known that was my first friend through the alley. And I got all her collections of all her work. Yes.
And I thank you. And it's so crazy. Like the people who I rock with every day don't even have, yet that I rock with every day, way after you left, even when you came back, they have yet to buy the book, have yet to read the book. It doesn't concern them. And it's amazing to me because I buy jewelry off of friends, all types of stuff, and don't expect you to do nothing for me for free because you're my friend. Never. I always be like, how much is this? No, I'm going to pay for it. And you got a business. People don't do you. And what I had to learn to expect and just respect is that everybody ain't me. And let them lie where they lie and be where they be. You know what I'm saying? Because people support who they want to support, when they want to support, and what they want to support. And it's, to me, I don't care what you're doing. If I can buy it and support it, I'm going to do it. And even that's if I wasn't an avid reader and I want to, so it's going to bless somebody. I can shout them out now because it's 2 years. But Brian Yop, who I went to Fatima with, who now got his own barbecue business and barbecue sauce in Texas. And I've ordered some of his sauce. His sauce is amazing. My favorite one is the honey sweet because I like sweet barbecue sauce. When I got my book, out of all people that I was so shocked to inbox me and DM me and say, I am so proud of you. Like, I didn't even think he paid me no attention because here, I think he's 2 classes above me. He was always an introvert. He was quiet. Like I would joke around with him in school, and he was just like nonchalant. Like Brian was the quietest person, never bothered nobody, never said much, just quiet. So when he had hit me up, like I'm just gonna cash app you $100. How many books can that get me? What? He was like, what's your cash app? And I'm like, gave him my cash app. I'm like, are you serious? He was like, yes, I want to support. This man sold $100 into my book. I sent him all the books. He said, Mo, what I'm going to do? I said, I don't know. Bless somebody with him. Somebody, God had you do that because somebody needs to read the book. You figured out. God going to tell you who needs it. I don't know who all we gave him to, but I sent him all his books. And I say that to say that it be the damnedest people, the darndest people, the most unexpected person than people that I rocked with my life, that I have filled their cabinets up with food. I have whatever, because that's the heart that I have. That ain't even much said, Mo, well, what is a book? Well, damn, Mo, can you just give me a book? You know what I mean? None of that. And even though they were rocked, and they some of them in there. I'm talking about tight. Some of them in there, but I'm not about to tell you nothing. Get the book and read it and find yourself. Because I'm not about to beg you. Like, oh, the only way you get my book is because you're in it. No. You either gonna get the book because you generally got love for me and what I'm out here doing, or you don't. And it's okay if you don't. I just know how to move now. That's all. And that's what we got to learn in the ladder of how to move, whatever you do. And whatever you do, still do it in love. And it's okay to do it in love and fall back to protect you.
And you know,
it's
I
okay.
originally only bought your book to support you. I didn't buy your book to read it. I had no intention on reading that book. I had no intention on reading that book. I was just trying to support you because you wrote a book. And I'm like, my childhood friend is an author. I'm going to buy that book. Let me buy that book. Girl, I got to read that book. I couldn't put that book down. Begging you for the second one. You know, I was too excited when I got my second one. Too excited.
And the blessing is that my trauma is triumph for someone else, because I've had strangers tell me, honestly, everyone that has bought part 1 has said they could not put it. Even my damn therapist. My therapist bought my book. She said, well, you know, Mo, I mean, I've heard it all through our sessions. She said, but to read it,
the way you tell a story.
She said, the way you put it together. She said, girl, I couldn't put it down. I was about to miss out on sessions with other clients. Because I'm like, oh, I got 5 more minutes to get in the Zoom.
Yeah,
let me finish reading some more. She said, I had to make myself go to bed. My husband kept saying, girl, what is you doing?
Yep.
And that spoke volumes to me, because that's my therapist. And she saw the raw, and she saw the dirty, and she saw the tears, and she's with me with the tantrums. And she's with me with, what are you doing? Quit letting these people walk over you. She's seen every part of me. So for her to know all this stuff prior to the book, but for her to compliment me and say, girl, I couldn't put the damn thing down. I was about to probably miss out on clients, because I'm messing with you in your book. That spoke volumes to me, because it's my life. It's a lot of trauma. But to know that I'm here.
And you're amazing. You're an amazing person. Like everything that you went through. Do you know how amazing you are? How talented and amazing, and how much you play into other people, how much you protect people, how much you mentor people. You mentored my nephew. You don't even know him. And he's covered right now and safe right now. And I feel because of you, because you know what's going on in that situation. And everything you went through. So can't nobody tell me all these crazy people that do stuff is because of all the stuff they went through. If they knew half of what you went through. People don't survive half of what you went through. And to become who you are now, That's amazing. I'm sorry.
But just to make it, like you said, and to remain love and light, people don't even understand. And to be genuine. It ain't no fakeness. Because I have every right to be bitter. I have every right to have had a Columbine experience. I have had every right to go up and kill him and kill me and kill my baby. I had every right to do everything that every other person has fallen prey to. So that's why I'm over. I'm not begging you to mess with me. I'm not begging you to attend anything that I'm doing. I'm not doing that anymore because I speak for myself and my character precedes me. And the transparency,
Yeah.
you know, you love me or you don't. You support me or you don't. You're proud of me or you're not. And it doesn't matter if you are. Yes, there's some people in your life that you expect to say, you expect to hear that from. It's because of where you hold them in your life. But you also have to understand not everybody holds you at the same plateau or the same level or even in the same dimension as you hold them. And so you can't be upset in a way of like angry, but you can be hurt and disappointed, and then you know where to set them at on that show and move forward. Not with any malice, but just with the fact that, okay, well, we're going to move around.
And I'm learning
and
that
we'll revisit
from you.
this.
And I'm learning that from you. I'm truly learning that from you. To be okay with people not liking me. To be okay with people not being as giving as I am. Or, you know what I'm saying? Being as genuine as I am. I have to be okay with that. And I'm learning that. And you're teaching me that. You don't know that. And I probably never told you that. But I am learning that from you. You're making me
I'm glad
soft.
because I didn't have nobody.
I told you I'm breaking up with you because you're making me soft. You got me all in my feelings.
I just know that you know, it wasn't easy for me, and I'm glad that you can learn because I didn't have nobody teach me. Tears taught me, betrayal taught me, crying in secret and suffering in silence taught me, the many suicide attempts taught me, the many unsuccessful suicide attempts taught me. Nobody taught me that but life and its challenges of how to leave people right where they are, because it was never me, it was always you. And so once I could learn that, then it's been a lot easier. You still have some people, you know, that can get to me because I love them like that. But when I stop,
it's over.
Stopped.
Yeah.
So, and what I say, loving you mean up close and personal, where I'm gonna be giving a damn. Like, how you doing? I'm still checking in. Now, all that goes away because I know how to pray for you to God, who is everywhere. So my little self ain't gotta be there because you didn't respect me when I was there. You know, people will want you to support their endeavors, their things that they're doing, support it, post it, you know, do all this stuff, but will not do it in return. Want you to promote all their stuff and won't do it in return. Won't do it in return. I don't get that, but I'm watching and I pay close attention and I just know how to move. And that's what you have to learn, you guys, to keep showing up for you, because a lot of people you expect to show up won't show up, and that is okay. You just know how to move, and God is doing the cleansing. He's doing a separation. He's doing an overturn. So a lot of times we pray stuff like this and randomly and in general. I know y'all do because I do. God, remove any and everything out of my way, out of my life, anybody who is not meant for me, that really ain't on my team. But the part that we don't realize is that the people we think that's on our team that ain't, and when he gets to be removing them, we be so devastated. But then you got to remember, didn't you ask? Didn't you pray? You shocked at who it was because you never would have thought or could have would.
Yep.
But it was them. So then you like, oh, you know, and God like, you asked me, so I start cutting. I mean, ain't that what you said? You didn't think it was it. Oh, you didn't know. Oh, you were sleeping. Oh, that's why you knew me.
Yeah.
Because I see it. You know? So I'm learning to be okay with that. I've never, like I told you, I've never been one well with goodbyes. But here lately, I'm just like, ooh, God, you gotta empower me. You know, I don't be wanting to break up with the people, but if they trying to harm me, they got to go. And sometimes it ain't gotta be no physical harm. You can be emotionally damaging to somebody. You can be spiritually damaging to somebody, you know? And your words or your venom that you speak behind their back and you putting that witchcraft word in the air about them, that's damaging. That's hurtful. And so God see it and He gonna remove it. So all the time, you might not know what was there, but God knew. So that's what I'm learning to accept. And it ain't always easy. Because when I love, I love. And anybody know me, I love. I love hard.
Yes.
But Stacy loved her men ward. I love hard. So yeah. But again, y'all, I'm sorry. We done went all off into something else. Y'all know how we do on my live. But I thank y'all for who's sticking it out, watching with us. Give me some hearts. Give me some love. I'm sorry I done got all emotional on y'all and everything. But it's real life. It's real talk. And you just got to know. You just got to know. You got to know. Thank you for the one little heart. Thank you for the hearts. Thank you for the hearts. I love y'all back, whoever that is. I appreciate y'all for giving us the love. But it's real out here. And y'all just keep pushing for y'all dreams and y'all goals and do not settle.
Yep.
And know that the people who are already there or almost there, who are of stature or who are already even famous, because I know a lot of famous people. I mean, connected, like got phone numbers. And they don't support. So just know, you know, I laugh and I say, it is what it is. I say this. One thing you got, and that's why people say, you always been this way from blah, blah, blah. I said, and even when I make it there, because I'm going. I'm not going to be them. Because, see, I'm allowed to see what they do and feel what they do and what they didn't do because I'm being taught of what not to do, of how to act, how not to block the rest of my journey because I'm being arrogant or selfish or just looking at people at face value as basic and not into their potential core of their self and their soul. I look at the core of souls. I read eyes. So I see you. So I'll find something for you. That's me. And I get everybody ain't me. But just know, y'all seen the reel I put out. Just know, when you make it up there, I'm more than sure you're going to see them getting knocked down a notch. And on your way up, and they coming this way, you hear, they hear, that this is y'all.
Yep.
You elevate. Oh, shoot, that's, hey, come on. Let's get back up. Don't you dare gloat. Don't gloat. Give them what they didn't give you, a chance. And that's my word of the day, and I digress. Again, continue to be the light in somebody else's darkness because we do not know when our day is coming. And we're going to want those love, lights, and blessings back out our hearts, in our way, in our direction. So please remain light and love no matter what you do. If y'all get the book, y'all will understand. Like, if y'all don't get it and y'all don't know, but if y'all will get the book, part 1, the one I prayed for, and then part 2, my love with his beard, y'all will understand. And it definitely will resonate with a lot of people, men and women. We are to be nobody's beard. So tap in. Again, the 22nd at 222 306 J. Clyde. Come there. Please go to Book by Mo Rose. Put in the subject RSVP so that I can put you down so that, you know, everybody can be accommodated with the food and the wine and of course the reading. But I can't do nothing. See, my stuff is not, I don't know. Y'all probably used to just going to a book sign, everybody standing in line. Oh, we're waiting on a book, or hummity, hum, and oh, they're going to sign, and we're just going to sit around. No, babe, that ain't a Mo Rose event. You ain't never been to a Mo until you've been to a Mo Rose event, okay? So this ain't just no regular book, old, boring, old signing. I don't want to go. No, baby, we got wine, we got small refreshment, hors d'oeuvres, we got books. Yeah. So it's not whatever y'all used to. So y'all don't want to come. I respect it because it's still gonna go on if 5 people show up. I know how to have a blast with a 5. True. Because me and her has a blast and it just be the 2 of us. I'm a Sagittarius, baby. We knows how to get the party started.
Right.
But I would love to see you there. Nonetheless, I would, just for the Mo Rose experience. Come out, get some good victuals, some good wine, and have a good time. Come and unwind, read and unwind with Mo Rose and her book family. All right? Hope to see you there. All right, y'all. We are out for sure. Y'all, please have a safe and a blessed week. And I will see y'all next week. God say, Godspeed. Love y'all. Later.
Bye. Peace.